themselves, and here is our first player, the Orange Terran, playing for MIA. Give it up for Razbu. And of course his opponent in the bottom left corner playing as the Blue Terran, playing for MIA as well. It is frozz. And we have two brilliant Terrans going head to head. The winner will face off Cheese King, another of their teammates, in the Razbu. Razbu, you kinky little man. I think I know what we might see out of Razbu. 11-11 smells like it's 11-11. Well, it's definitely not 9-11, but it's 11-11. And the first rack's on the way. No second one though, so it's not going to be a committed 11. Oh, actually, okay, Razbu. Oh, okay, 11 racks, 11 gas. You want to go for the frozz style that frozz went against his opponent last game against Blitz. And you see frozz is smiling at Spreezy's sensitivity. I believe in-game of the in-game. Of course, frozz, you know, you gotta have your settings ready. You can't really just go in and play like such. But okay, so okay, so we're ready. Apparently Spreezy had 100% mouse scroll speed. That basically means when you go scrolling, no, scrolling is this, sorry. Scrolling is this. Do you wanna, let's play with the settings while we have the time. Controls, scroll speed. No. Oh yeah, scroll speed is this. Yeah, okay, I was correct. Okay. Well, I was incorrect to some degree. Here we go. Scroll speed is this, yeah. 100% scroll speed. Wow, that was... And we see Razbu asking where's the scouts, frozz being a little bit, you know, mad. Of course, frozz opening up with a factory first, Razbu opening up with a proxy reaper, and he wants to do some damage here. Frozz though, if he gets the first Hellion, 2 Hellions out, he should be safe for the remainder of the time. And let's see, he's scouting around, he's seeing everything he needs to see, and he's gonna be like, oh, okay, frozz. You don't want to you want to play like that, do you? Okay, I get you. TVT obviously a very compact series, very mind play series as well. And frozz right now, once he sees the main, he's gonna be like, oh, this might be an issue. And the Reaper gets 1 kill. The second Marine is out as well. Gotta be careful. The SCV building the factory being targeted down, not too successfully, I might add. But Razbu, of course, is still gonna be a little bit aggressive until the first Hellion reaches Mayday. Well, not Mayday, but reaches out the outside of its factory, if that makes sense. And a double Reaper is now in here. They could still do some damage, but the Reaper is definitely a very... Oh, and Razbu not microing himself out of here, losing one of the Reapers. The second Reaper might fall as well. Nope, close call. Almost losing it. That would have been a very, very negligible mistake. And not negligible, but unwanted mistake by Razbu. And see Reaper that... Well, we see frozz now with his own units running around trying to do something here. He's gonna go for a drop, as it seems. Starport is done. No tech lab, no no reactors, nothing. So frozz, as it seems, is gonna go for a medevac drop. We see the Hellion in the main of Razbu still dealing some damage. We see the Reaper actually fighting his way around, and I think this is where the Reaper wins now. Yes, he does win. And a Marine gonna snipe the Hellion. Well, nicely done. Of course, let's see how much damage can frozz actually do with the drop. He's got Hellions on the map again. He's sending them through the map. The problem is that, well, basically frozz is dealing now with a 2 command center Razbu, he's getting his own CC down there, which is nice and smart and all. But the thing is that frozz is basically quite behind in economy for the time being, and well, until he starts mining the natural. Still, we see Razbu starting up with siege tanks, and I do feel like he's not gonna go mech, but rather siege tank marine style, a very old, you know, TVT play. Frozz gathering his forces. I think we might see an elevator trade going into the main of Razbu here, and this could actually be straight out done for Razbu because his siege tank is nowhere near completion. As you can see right now, Frozz moving across, and that siege tank is about to pop, so he needs to immediately go into siege mode. And look at the siege tank popping out, and Razbu gonna defend against one, maybe the other. And the siege tank definitely has a lot of damage, even if it's not in siege mode. But still, we see that both players are playing bio for the time being. At least Frozz is. Ooh, Cloak on the way for Razbu. Interestingly enough, Cloak being chosen for Razbu. Okay, this brings up a question. Well, I guess Cloak could be good if your opponent does not really expect it. The problem is, I think Razbu had seen it right now, so he knows that there's Banshee on the way. So he's gonna start building up turrets, and also a Raven on the way already. As you can see, a scan coming down from Razbu, revealing the allotted barracks everywhere. And so far, it's looking like, you know, a little bit of an unstandard TVT. Of course, both players expanding, and generally just being a nuisance. Oh, Banshee from Frozz gonna deal some damage. Without Cloak, obviously will die though. The Viking is in the air, so Razbu shouldn't have a problem dealing with this. Banshee still picks, what, how many? 4 kills, maybe 5 kills now? Yeah, 5 kills gonna be in total up for this Banshee. That's gonna be it. So, not too worthy of it, but well, 3 SCVs and 2 Marines, I think. That's not too much to go on. We see a drop being utilized by Frozz. I think it's gonna go straight into the natural there. Let's see Razbu. He is still playing it pretty safe, I might add. Siege tank in the main, siege tank on the low ground in the natural. Barracks is being added up. One of the barracks actually not being built, Razbu. You can't forget about that. That's too much of a mistake to forget about. And we're gonna see the siege tank of Razbu here will deal a massive amount of damage. And look at those Marines going through a choke. An immediate pickup coming down from Frozz, knowing that that damage output is way too much for those Marines to handle. And more Marines dying now. Frozz just throwing units away here. Razbu actually might be able to break Frozz. Will he? Nope. I'm just joking, not break him, but just force a return. At this point, Frozz, he's playing siege tank as well with Marine support. And both players is looking like both players are going for the same strategy. Siege tank Marine, and we see the command center is on the way for Razbu, third one I might add, as well for Frozz. Frozz being a little bit more, you know, greedy with the CC on the lower ground on the third base, but still pretty much standard style from all sides. Banshee coming into the main of Frozz, gonna snipe, you know, nothing basically. Maybe an SCV. He could get an SCV, that would be a nice pickup there. Frozz drops on top of it, will kill the Banshee. And at this point, it's TVT, guys. There's basically both players are about equal in lost supply. Worker supply is about equal. Supply in general is not equal because Frozz has really been committing to his army. But I mean, in the same consensus, I think both players are still at about equal rate of everything. We see Stim is going to be a little bit faster for Frozz, so that could actually change the game. Well, not the game, but could change the progressiveness of this game a little bit, because Stim is going to be vital in the defense and the offense of Frozz, and we see the offensive is going on right now. Here comes the drop. One of the siege tanks being completely taken unaware And we see Stim is now being revealed as well. Scan coming down from frozz. He's gonna go down for the one siege tank. The second one siege tank is gonna be killed, and frozz actually kills the defense of Razbu, breaking it. And he's gonna go towards the second siege tank. I don't think that's a smart idea though. He needs to be careful. He's losing marines, and oh, that's a big mistake by frozz. He just lost the whole drop for free. He could have gone down the main, down to the natural, killed a shit ton of SCVs. He even loses the medevac behind this. So this is actually not going into favor of frozz. Razbu still holding his well, quite nicely. We do see a triple drop again being utilized by frozz, and imagine if that second drop that was utilized previously would be successful and still there. That would have been devastating. Here comes a triple drop though. The three siege tanks actually sieging up in Razbu's natural. We see one of the siege tanks. Oh, frozz! What the hell? Razbu loses that one siege tank, which was vital for his defense. And frozz right now is looking like he might take game number 1 into his favor, and already looking like he might go into the finals right now. And as we can see, frozz is devastating the natural of Razbu. One of the barracks is being killed, a second one being targeted down, and Razbu is running low on time, well, on options, because if he oh, the combat shield's timing, well, the combat shield's being destroyed as well. And frozz right now, he is in a best position possible to deal with well, basically anything. And the natural is wide open, an open buffet basically to frozz. He's gonna have to send his reinforcements through, but he's looking very strong. And frozz right now is basically seemingly unbeatable. As we can see, the siege tanks are gone. One of the marauders is the tanky man. Gonna try and do as much as it can. Gotta fall back though, it will die. frozz not microing his units correctly. But I guess he doesn't care. Look at the army behind us. Look at the supply behind us. frozz has been very nice with his production. What the hell is going on, my Mars? And as you can see, units lost tab shows for itself. Now frozz has lost a lot of marines, but at this rate, you know, it doesn't really matter. Razbu dropping in those siege tanks. frozz a little bit slow to react. Gonna lose all 3 of them. Actually, no, microing one of them away. Nicely done by frozz, but still, could have saved all 3. In either case, this is not looking good for Razbu right now. 5 siege tanks against 2, 41 marines against 12 without combat shields, with both on equal upgrades, but this does not matter. Here comes the CC kill, and Razbu right now running low on options. The command center being rebuilt, but the SCVs have all been destroyed, and this game is looking like it might end relatively quickly right now. frozz is looking like he's unstoppable. The siege tanks being dropped on again. Razbu, he is very nice to deal with them, but the thing is, frozz is like, wow, he doesn't even lose a single siege tank there. Wow, that's amazing. The third base is gonna be under siege, and Razbu is in trouble. The third CC definitely gonna die at this point, and I think we just might say it's 3 GG. And here it is, frozz taking game number 1 of his opponent, and unfortunate for Razbu and my dad. You know, he had a good start. He had a decent idea as to how he wants to play the game out, but in the end scene, he just couldn't, well, not finish it off, but he just couldn't go through. In any case, frozz wins the first game, and we'll be seeing game 2 relatively shortly as well. Anyway, joining up game number 2, which will be played on map Frost actually. So a 4-player map this time around. Gonna be a little bit different than we used to, but still. TVT action usually resembles a lot of ground coverage, a lot of Dominion fights and whatnot. So, you know. One thing I want to mention though, I'm sorry if I make mistakes, please forgive me. I am actually really tired. I've been casting since 11 this morning, so I think I'm doing quite good for the time I've been doing this already. It's been what, 9 hours already almost. It's gonna be 9 hours in 20 minutes, so I think I'm doing fine for now. But we still have this best of 3 to go, and one best of 5, and the best of 3 third place. Well, in either case, we are loading up into the game, and we're starting up our here we go. And okay, so here we go. We are in game number 3 now, and sorry, game number 2, and it is currently 1-0 for France, but we are not at France's base. We are at the Orange Terran's base. It is none other than Razbu. And of course, his opponent, top left, it is none other than the blue player, frozz. Unfortunately for their team, MIA, this is a team kill, so, you know, kind of sucks, but that will give 2 players a spot in the finals. Well, one of them will be in the finals facing off another teammate, unfortunately, Cheese King. But right now, frozz is on a good road to take it all. Razbu, I spoke to Razbu a little bit about what he. Oh wow, Razbu! Look at the man. 10 gas dropping down like a madman. And I think we might see factory first. Well, we will be seeing factory first out of Razbu here. And I think this is a proxy factory. I think this is a proxy factory. I'm pretty sure this is proxy factory play from Razbu. I mean, I've got a feeling this might be it. I'm not sure. Well, one barracks coming down. Obviously, that does not mean it's proxy factory yet, but with the first gas so quickly out, it usually indicates such things like proxy factory. In any case, both players playing it pretty well. frozz playing it pretty normal with gas first, obviously as well. He's gonna have a relatively quick factory himself. The thing is, what I'm worried about is that Razbu's gonna be scouted with this peculiar barracks placement. So frozz is gonna be like, "What are you doing, Razbu?" And I think, well, at this point, Razbu has little option left but to basically try his. Oh, here comes the factory, and frozz is gonna scout this. Look at the scouting pattern of frozz. It is going straight through here, and if he goes, no, actually he's gonna go like this. He's not gonna go here, but he's gonna go here. So frozz actually not gonna see this one, and this seems like Hellion play from Razbu. Could be still starport, maybe medivac drop. I don't know, not 100% sure. Could be. I really don't know right now. But as for frozz, he's playing it with the second gas. It's looking like it's gonna be starport 100%. The question is, what will come out of that second starport? And here comes Razbu. He's scouting the main. He sees the amount of gas. He sees the amount of basically there's nothing in the main. That's one of the important. Seeing is believing. And we see Razbu scouting the main of frozz as well. Seeing the starport is like, oh, okay. So you're gonna go Banshee, I guess. Okay, dokie. I'm fine with that. I'm cool. I'm cool. And a blue flame. Ah, yes, I know now. Blue flame play from Razbu is coming in order. The thing is, I think we might have a wall off from frozz. I'm not sure, but it might happen. And blue flame is definitely one of the underappreciated things that a Terran can do. And as you can see, frozz right now is completely in the blind what is happening. I think he wants to find out as much as basically anyone else. And look at frozz, he's like, WTF are you doing? And Razbu's probably laughing to himself, ha 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 ha, you will never find out because I have hidden my technology so well. As we can see, this is going to be quite the game. Because frozz with Banshee, Razbu with Blue Flame, I don't really know what to think about it. The thing is, with Blue Flame, well, mainly with Hellions, is even if you wall yourself off, you can't really repair, you can't really shoot with those Marines. You need something like Banshee, and this is exactly what Frozz has. And here comes the siege tank as well. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult thing for Razbu now to handle. With the siege tank on the way, Frozz is going to be pretty much secure with the Banshee as well. And I'm fearing for Razbu's life. Razbu severely supply blocked as well. That's a big mistake right there. And I think we can all safely say that right now Razbu is a little bit behind in supply, in worker supply, generally just behind. You see Blue Flame is 3/4 done, so he's gonna try and break away, but here comes the bunker. Frozz is aware of the fact that something strange is going on, and I think this is where Frozz is gonna be like, oh, okay, well, good luck, Chuck, better luck next time. You see the Hellions are gonna be completely well, fended off for the time being. The Banshee of Frozz not gonna be too successful. Oh my god! The Hellion from Frozz actually dealing a massive amount of damage, but the Blue Flame has been revealed, and Frozz now knows, oh, Blue Flame, okay, I'm cool, I don't mind. And Frozz at this point, oh sorry, Razbu at this point is left, well, without much option. He can do basically nothing. He's got a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, yes, but the thing is, there's a second siege tank on the way, a bunker, a siege tank already out and sieged up, and the Banshee just gonna keep on killing SCVs that Razbu is trying to throw out of him, and this I think is gonna be a forced GG quite quickly out of Razbu. I really don't see him winning anymore. Razbu even supply block now. Oh snows, this is not good for Razbu. The second supply depot might burn as well, and I think this is safe to say that this is game. And Frozz goes into the finals, ladies and gentlemen. We see the scan coming down. The Blue Flame actually gonna deal a lot of damage to the one siege tank, but what does that matter? I mean, there's not much that Razbu can do at this point. The siege tank, GG, well played, good luck. Frozz takes the victory.